In today's video, I am in Great Meteora, one of the monasteries in Meteora, near Kalambaka in Greece. And I'm of course gonna take you with me inside this monastery and show you how fantastic and how unique it is. Great Meteora was the first and the largest of the monasteries. When there was most monasteries, there was 24 of them, and in 1336 the Great Meteora was like the main monasteries of all the monasteries. When there lived most monks here, there lived 300 monks here. Today there lives between 3 and 6 monks here, and it has rapidly declined because this place is not as silent and holy as it has been. By being the largest one, it is also the most popular one for tourists to see, and by that it can be hard as a monk to keep the focus on God when your home is constantly visited by tourists, and therefore many monks has chosen to live somewhere else. The monastery with the most holy people, because it's actually nuns who live there, is the San Stefano. Also very visited, but despite being very visited, there actually lives 30 nuns in the San Stefano, and it's very different the way they do it, because they have male workers to help them with the garden and maintain the area, and they are very visible in San Stefano, the nuns there. The monks here are also fairly visible. I just saw 2 of them inside the church. It is not allowed to film or take photos inside the church, so it's one of those things where you have to come and visit it on your own to see how extraordinary it is. And it is an extraordinary, very beautiful church with some fantastic frescoes from the 1700s. And there is the church, which is very clearly marked with no photo, no video, so we're not gonna do that. You can turn on a light over here, make a small prayer if you want. You of course have to buy the candles. Something very unique you can see in the Great Meteora Monastery is the old kitchen. The kitchen burned at some point, and therefore it is today an exhibition, and then they built a new kitchen somewhere else in the monastery to feed the monk and cook their food, which we are not allowed to see. But we can see the old kitchen and get an idea of how they were cooking food here. In all monasteries, monks or nuns, you will see this very big piece of wood here is extraordinarily big, and that is because they don't have watches. They don't know what time it is, so with this one they mark to the other monks or the nuns that it is now prayer time, it is now eating time, it is now work time. So they use this one as a clock to mark it off, and you make different sounds depending on what part of the day it is and what is the next task to be done. Some fun facts about Meteora is that Meteora means floating in the air. The 1981 James Bond's For Your Eyes Only has partially been filmed here. It is the Holy Trinity monastery that was used in that one, and the monks protested it so much that they hang out clothes and dirty underwear outside their monastery to try and block the filming. So the production team had to do a replica of the church in a studio and film the indoor scenes there. Linkin Park, the big rock band, has named one of their albums after here. Meteora, which is a fantastic album. And then there's also been filmed partially a Tintin movie here. Tintin and the Mystery of the Golden Flea has also been partially filmed here. It is the one where Captain Hook has inherited something, and by a photo in Istanbul they end up in Greece, where they talk with a monk, get back to Athens, and mostly just run around the world. I will of course not tell you the ending of that movie, but again, it has also partially been filmed here. Game of Thrones, they wanted to film here, but I think there was financially reasons that they chose not to do it. Instead they filmed on a green screen and then put photos in from Meteora, so it looked like they were here, but they were never here. A lot of areas are blocked off because of course this is the monks' home, so they have their eating area, their kitchens, their bed area and private areas in the biggest part of the monastery. You are allowed to see the church in the monastery, the old kitchen. There is a folklore and history museum also here, which somehow doesn't really match the rest of the monastery. There's also a gift shop, and then there is a balcony, and I will go to the balcony now and show you how extraordinary a fantastic view that they get to have up here. The two-headed eagle was originally a mark from the Byzantine Empire, which was Christian, but is still very visible today in the Orthodox churches in Greece, where you will see them on a flag, yellow background, and then a black two-headed eagle. There is two different balconies up here, and as you can see, fantastic sunshine today. It is actually end of October, almost the 1st of November, and we have this amazing weather, which I am so grateful for. Down here is the village of Kastriki, and you cannot see it from here, but behind here is actually the St. Nicolaus Monastery. And if you look very closely over here on the cliff, you can actually see the ruins of one of the monasteries that is no longer standing. As I have told you, there used to be 24 when there was most monasteries here. Today there is 6 left, and let's see if I can tell you all of them. Great Meteora, St. Barbara, Valem, the Holy Trinity, St. Stefano and St. Nicolaus. I could do all 6 of them. From the Great Meteora, there's actually a view of another monastery that you can see right in front of me. That is Valem. It's also a very great one to see. Fun things to see in Valem is that you can see maybe here on the side of the building is actually the net that they used to bring people and building materials up with, and they have used it also now in newer times because they are renovating in there. Something else very unique inside the Valem monastery is that they have a very big water barrel inside for collecting rainwater that could have 1,200 liter or something like that water inside that you can still see today. Today it is empty. Many people throw money in it for some reason. There is no significant purpose or reason to do that. So St. Valem is also a great monastery to see, which is actually a weird thing to say because all of the monasteries are great monasteries to see. There actually is like 3 museums, 3 different sections. 2 of them I'm not allowed to film in, so you have to come and see those for yourself, but they contain different church things. And then there is the History and Folklore Museum, which focuses very much on the war between Greece and Turkey. And now gonna start the walk down. There's 146 stairs up and of course down from the monastery. Something I haven't mentioned yet that I will just mention very quickly now is that it costs €3 to get in. It opens at 9:30 and it closes at 3 o'clock. If you come early, there'll be a long line. If you come a little bit more in the afternoon, you might not find such a long line. I'm gonna walk down now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like. And if you want to see more videos from Greece or travel videos in general, then please subscribe to my channel.